Hello and welcome back to another one of my videos. I of course am the FPL Trade, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at my first Euro 2024 fantasy football team ahead of the Euros. Now, this team has literally taken me, 60 seconds to come with. I literally had a quick scan of the fixtures for match day one because I've not really paid too much attention to it, for being honest, because I've been focused on the Premier League. Looked at the teams that I like best for match day one, and I've just quickly gone for a quick rinse of those players. Saw how many players I had left. I literally had 2 positions left to fill. Had a look how much money I had, and quickly filled those spots in with these. Just 2 players that have been guaranteed that they're in the squads, provisional squad, should I say, for the Euros. So let's go through it then. So starting us off, the goalkeepers. I've got Casteels and Pickford. Now I don't know if that's right. If you say Casteels like that, I probably got it wrong. But anyways, he is the Belgian goalkeeper. Obviously, Courtois is going to be out for the Euros, and I don't actually know who is their number 1, to be honest. I've literally done 0 research so far. I'll do it after, but I wanted to get a quick look on it at the game, see what the prices are on that. But yeah, so I don't know if he's the number 1, because you got Sal's and Nottingham Forest, but he's actually €1 million cheaper. So maybe Casteels is more than likely going to be the starting goalkeeper. Don't know that for sure. Obviously, we've still got these provisional friendlies to play, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in them. But yeah, for now, he is my starting goalkeeper. Belgium's obviously group stage isn't exactly looking too bad, so I do think they'll qualify for the next round or the knockout stages. So I've got the Belgian goalkeeper here, as well as I've got Jordan Pickford as well. Usually England defensively are quite good, well, have been under Southgate at the back. So Serbia, Denmark, I think it's Slovenia I've got, or Slovakia, one of the two. But yeah, I do think they'll keep 3 clean sheets there. So Jordan Pickford, I mean, he's had a great season in FPL, in the Premier League. That could easily continue in the Euro, should I say, fantasy football. So yeah, both of these have cost €5 million each. So you could say it's quite expensive, because you know what we're all like when it comes to the Premier League one. We always like to go for one dirt cheap goalkeeper, and the cheapest goalkeepers you can get in this game is €4 million. So I could do that and get some money, put elsewhere. But literally, like I said, this took me a couple of minutes to do, and I found it quite easy. That might mean maybe that some of the prices aren't great, but then again, when I'm looking at certain positions that I've got, you'll see later on, you can kind of understand why I had a decent amount of money left over to get a couple of cheap players in. So yeah, those are my 2 goalkeepers. I've got to say, I'm pretty satisfied with those 2 goalkeepers, but that obviously could all change, because there are obviously other teams out there that I could go for that I've not actually gone for, because I've not got many teams, or national teams in this squad. But anyways, those are the 2 goalkeepers that I've come up with so far. So with the defenders then, I'm not going sly. I don't really care too much about the defenders, if I'm being honest, which is why I've got not many. I've got 1 real attacking defender. But anyways, we'll go through them. Starting us off, I've got Rudiger. Certainly starter for Germany. He's got, obviously, it's been hosted in Germany as well. Germany, I weren't quite sure what to think of Germany, because they're not exactly the most amazing. When you look at their group, Scotland, Hungary, Switzerland, I do think they'll qualify. First games against Scotland, I think they'll comfortably get a clean sheet there. Because Scotland, I don't think they're going to be any real threat, if I'm being honest. And for sure, Rudiger is going to start. He is 5.5 million. I think he's going to be decent. He could even get a goal. He did well for me in the past at Chelsea. So, yeah, for sure, I'm going to go for Rudiger. Well, I've got Rudiger for now. Alongside him, I've got Di Lorenzo. If you remember him from Euro 2020, he was, cracking player there for points. The group stage for Italy is not easy. I'm not going to lie. The reason why I've got him in is just because match day 1 is got Albania first game. That's the only thing I've looked at, should I say, ahead of this, Euros. I've looked at match day 1 only. I didn't bother looking at match day 2 and 3. So obviously teams like Spain, Croatia, and Italy, group of death that is, they've not got. You've got 1 easy game each. Well, 1 nice game each. I won't say Albania's easy. Albania could cause an upset. You never know. But you know what I mean, though. That's why I've got Di Lorenzo, just because he's got a nice fixture match day 1. If I was to go for this team and lock it in permanently, obviously match day 2, I'd probably actually take him out of my team altogether. I've got Koundé, for France. One of the favourites to win it for obvious reasons, They're an unbelievable team, France are. Austria first game, it's a decent. I think that's their easiest fixture to have, so that's why I've got Koundé in. Now, he's not actually a certain starter, so he does, get rotated now and again with Pavard. I think that's how you say his name. But yeah, there is a chance he could not start all the games. I'm not 100% certain, if I'm being honest. But you never know. So for now, I've got him here. Austria, first game. Ideally, I do want a French defender for that game, so I do think they'll keep a clean sheet there. I've got Grant Hanley for Scotland. He'll be on the bench. He ain't going to be exactly starting for me. Now, the good thing about, obviously, this game is if you play the Champions League one, you can make transfers every day. So, the fact that he'll be playing in the first game means I'll start him. If I have him, I'll start him, see that he's got no points, and take him out and put somebody else in straight away. So, yeah, I've got him in just because he's 4 million, dirt cheap. He's going to go to the Euros, and he's more than likely going to start. So, that's why I've got Grant Hanley. And it's the same with Kajor, really. These are the two last players that I had to put in my team. 4.5 million. Denmark, to be fair, they have a good chance to qualify. And I think they'll come second in the group behind England. I think he's their captain, is he? But either way, he's in the squad for the Euros, or provisional squad for the Euros. 4.5 million. Cheap defender. And it's going to be pretty much, I guess, like, the Premier League one where I'll just be having 3 defenders every match day. On to my midfielders then, and first up in here I've got Leroy Sané of Germany. I think he's an absolute cracking player, quality winger. I think he's going to cause all kind of problems, providing obviously he's fit for the Euros. Scotland first game, I think this will be like a 2-3-0 win for Germany. I know it's big pressure for them because it's in their own country, but I do think they'll qualify out of the group stages. And like I said, Germany against Scotland, I think Scotland will get beat. And he's only 7 million, which is not too bad. I thought he would have been around the 9 million mark, but he's not. He's only 7, so I thought that was a decent price. And same with Dani Olmo. I mean, he's a little bit more at 7.5. But, the reason why I've got Dani Olmo, I know he's got a tough game against Croatia, but whatever it is, he just seems to always perform at a main event for Spain. So I felt like I had to get Dani Olmo in. I think he's their best attacking player, to be honest. Croatia's not easy. Italy's not going to be easy. But, Albania, I think he'll be alright in. But even then, because he's not a defender, he's not somebody I'm expecting to get a clean sheet from. He's somebody I think who will be able to score. Do I think he can score against Croatia and Italy? I do think he can, to be fair. So that is why I'd pick Dani Olmo in there. I've got Xavi Simons. I think this player is going to be absolutely incredible in the Euros. I think he's going to be one of the standout guys, providing obviously he's to start. He's only 7 million. He's got Poland in the first game. Poland aren't as good as they used to be a few seasons ago. Lewandowski's on his way out now. I mean, don't get me wrong, he scores goals left, right, and centre, but the rest of the team around him are not exactly that great. Now, obviously, the second game he's got France is a bit tougher, but then after that it's Austria. I do believe they'll be able to overcome the group stages and come in maybe second. But yeah, I think this guy could absolutely tear it up, and he's somebody I'm definitely looking at keeping it in my team. I've got Ilkay Gundogan in there as well. I mean, we've all seen him before in the Premier League. Germany's captain. He is an unbelievably good player. I mean, I can't believe he left Man City for Barcelona the other season. But anyways, I think he's going to cause havoc. I mean, he's not exactly a prolific goal scorer, but I do think he's going to be doing very well in this Euro. So, the fact that he was also only 7 million, I thought that was a nice, bargain. And the fact is, like I said, he's got Scotland first game. I wanted to go all out, especially the fact that it's in Germany. I wanted to go all out in German players. So, Gundogan is my 3rd German player in there. And then that finally leaves me then Bernardo Silva I've gone for. I've gone for him ahead of Bruno, just because I don't know why, being a Man United fan I guess, I don't think Bruno and Cristiano Ronaldo work well together. I don't know what it is, but Bruno just doesn't seem to, turn up when Ronaldo's there. And that is why I didn't bother with Bruno. So I've gone for Bernardo Silva, quality player. He is the most expensive midfielder in my team here, 8.5 million. And Portugal, I've got a real nice group against the Czech, Turkish, and Georgia. So I think they'll comfortably come away top in their group. And for sure, I think Bernardo Silva is going to be sensational in that. And that leaves me in my front three. First up in here, I've got Chiesa of Italy. Now, this guy, I remember him from the Euros, from the last one. He was incredible. He's an incredible player. He's more like a winger. Now, he's only 7.5. Which makes me think, will he start for Italy? I don't actually know the Italian team that well. But I think he's an incredible player. He's got Albania first game. Again, this is what I mean. This is why I've gone for him, because he's got Albania in the first game. I would probably take him out against Spain and Croatia if I decide to go through with him. But yeah, the fact that he's quite cheap does concern me slightly. Makes me think, is he a starter for Italy? I'm not 100% certain. I will do more analysis on all these teams in the next coming weeks. But yeah, Chiesa is definitely somebody I took a real interest in, especially when I saw how much he was. First game against Albania, bring him in, and I just need to find somebody else similar price that's got a good Matchday 2 team to play against. Second on here, I've gone for Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, I mentioned it with Bernardo Silva. Got a nice group. Portugal have, and Ronaldo. One of the best players to ever live. Got a nice group for him. I do think he can probably score a couple of goals. I wouldn't be surprised if he scores a hat-trick in one of these 3 games, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I do expect him to start for Portugal. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. You're not going to put Cristiano on the bench, are you? I mean, you wouldn't dare to. So for sure, Ronaldo's going to be starting. To be honest, I like his group a lot. So there's a good chance that he could be in my team for match day 1. Now, obviously, this means I've got no Harry Kane. As you can see, obviously, I've got Mbappe as well. I've gone for Ronaldo ahead of Harry Kane just because as well, he was actually a little bit cheaper than Harry Kane. Harry Kane is the same price as Mbappe. Obviously, we're expecting big things from England, but I think Portugal's group is just too good. It's much better, I think, than England's, and that's why I just went ahead with Ronaldo. And of course, that also means we've got the Erling Haaland of the Premier League, and that is Mbappe. Why I say Erling Haaland is because so far, Mbappe is owned by 76% of the game already. 76% of players have already owned him. Absolutely incredible that is. And why? Because he's unbelievable. He just lost that World Cup final. He scored an hat-trick. The guy is an unreal performer for France. I think he's going to be comfortable scoring goals. Austria is a nice fixture. I think he can score against the Dutch, and I do think as well he'll score against Poland. He's their talisman. He's the French talisman. He's unbelievable player, this guy. So for sure, he is going to be in my team for match day 1. That I definitely will confirm. He'll be in my team come match day 1. It's just a case of what I do with the rest of the play. So yeah, overall, I really do like this team though, to be fair. It looks really nice. Now, notable omissions are, straight away, you'll notice I don't actually have any England outfield players. I've got Jordan Pickford in goal, but I've not gone for any outfield players. Now, the reason why is I'm not so sure yet on what to do with that, because obviously I think England are going to do well, and I hope they do well, but Jude Bellingham, 9.5 million. He's had a great season, obviously, in Spain. Do I go for him? I'm not so sure. Phil Foden also had an incredible season at 9 million. Saka had a great season, 8.5 million. But even then, you've got the likes of Cole Palmer as well. He's priced quite high as well, which is not the worst thing in the world. But I don't think he's going to start. I'm not so sure how Foden's going to do in the World Cup. Well, not the World Cup, the Euros. We can be a bit rigid at the times. We don't seem to smash teams 5-6-0, which I think we should be. I've not got Musiala in there as well. That's a noticeable admission. Kevin De Bruyne I didn't put in there. A lot of good players. I mean, obviously this is not going to be locked in my team for game week 1, but those are probably some of the biggest names to not go for. And obviously Harry Kane's not in there. I mentioned already. I decided not to go for him. Griezmann always does well for France. Another person to look at. I won't be going for Lewandowski this time around because I don't think the team around him is going to be good enough. So yeah, there are other players to go for, but I think the biggest problem is going to be what midfield to go for. But I really do like this midfield. I don't think I need to go for all out at the English midfield. But, I do like Jude Bellingham, I can't lie. The thing with Phil Foden, he's an issue. I'm not so sure he's going to do that well for England. I mean, he's been a bit disappointing when he's played, the Gareth Southgate way, really. And same with Bruno Fernandes, who's 9 million. I'm not mentioning him. I just don't think... Well, I mentioned him before. I don't think he works well with Ronaldo. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't work. So, yeah, that is how my first look of my team looks like. Obviously, none of this is, locked in, apart from Mbappe, obviously. This is literally... All I did was I clicked on the site, had a look who was playing Matchday 1, liked it, liked who I liked. Well, I liked the teams who I was playing against. quickly picked out the obvious ones. Portugal got nice fixtures, or got a great group. Germany got Scotland, got to go for them. You know, France the favourites. Italy have a nice first game, but not a nice group. Spain don't have a nice group, which is why I've only got one Spanish player. Looking at it, I mean, ideally I'd like to have probably more English players in, but to be fair, I'm pretty satisfied already with this team. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it around a lot, just see how I feel with other players in the team. But yeah, overall, pretty satisfied with that first look of the team though. But anyways, let me know what your team is going to be, well, what your team's looking like for match day 1. Let me know what you think I should be doing, who I should be who I should lock in for game or match day 1. Please, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you didn't like it anyway. That would be appreciated. And as well, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. And I'll see you all on the next one.